situation of this handcrafted, hand-stained wood table, realizing that like my son's cars, like his little, you know, metal cars were gonna get rolled across it, and action figures were gonna find their way, having an epic battle on top of our table. Here's a way that not only you're protecting that beautiful table, that heritage, that heirloom piece, but also you are grounding, you are creating a beautiful presentation with a charger. So really she's pretty, yes, but she's smart. So let me show you, because there is kind of an array from Designing Dining, brought to us by Mark Charles Massili himself, where you're getting a set of 6 of a 13-inch beaded edge charger. They are gorgeous, and oh my goodness, they look beautiful with our today's bonus buy bowl. Let me show you all the colors. I have the silver. The base of it is this beautiful like ecru, like creamy white or gray white, trimmed with the silver. And then let me show you the other colors. So we have blush pink. There's 300 if you want the blush. We also have gold. Oh, that beaded gold is so pretty, 700 in the gold. Here's your red choice. There's 600. We also have a sage. Now that's beautiful enough to be all year round, even like holiday for your gingerbread kitchen, so pretty. And then we also have a gray choice. So a few different choices, $24. Mark Charles is joining us again to under $24. I mean, we've got 15 items in the show that are on clearance price. This is a smart and very practical choice in your kitchen. Mark Charles, when you created your line, Designing Dining, what was really the vision, and why did you want to bring in these beautiful chargers?
So the thing, I just felt like we didn't spend enough time. We spent all this time on the food. The food costs a lot of money. We prepare it, and there's got to be a way to eat with your eyes first. So I just feel like throwing a regular plate or a paper plate on the table was just not enough for me. And I always go with chargers. Now chargers, why did chargers start? Chargers started because back about 150 years ago, these used to be done in metal. Why? Because the dinner plate, the porcelain dinner plate, used to be put in the oven with the dinner on it to keep everything warm. They never put hot food on a cold plate. So the plate was warmed, the food was warm, and then they brought this warm plate to the table, and they were going to ruin the wooden table or the linens that were underneath it. So they created a charger, which traditionally used to be in metal, that used to absorb all the heat, and then it wouldn't transfer to the back. Now, what I love about a charger is that it actually creates the framework for your plate. It's 13.5 inches because a dinner plate is standard 10.5 inches. So the idea I have is that this is like replacing a placemat. This is replacing a tablecloth or runner, but more importantly, it's creating a beautiful transition from dinner plate to something bigger than a dinner plate. So when you drip or spill or you're cutting and a little bit goes over, it's caught here instead of your linens maybe underneath it or your beautiful table. So it does a lot of functionality, but it's also quite beautiful, and it's a layering system.
It's a grown-up placemat.
It's a grown-up placemat, and you know what? What I love about it, I made these lightweight and durable and plastic. So, and by the way, 6 of them take up no space because they nest into each other. And remember, you just wipe them clean. It's good. Look, there's all 6. And again, remember what I told you about 6?
Yeah.
6 is my favorite number, Designing Dining, because you don't have to buy 3 sets. You just have to buy 2. There's 6 right there. See the way the beads actually lock into each other, so you take up this little space? So buy a whole bunch of different colors depending on the mood and the style of your holiday or the way you decor. You know, grays and pinks and reds. By the way, red is great for 4th of July and Memorial Day, even though it was made for Christmas at first, but that works for red, white, and blue, Americana, you know?
You know, Mark Charles, you kind of touched on this with our today's bonus buy bowls, and I think it works really well too with these chargers. But I remember 11 years ago when I first got married, I registered for all white dishes. Our chinas, our everyday dishes that we use. And my husband was kind of like, really, Allie, everything is white? Like, everything is white? Well, following that advice like you've given us, follow 11 years later, do you know what I do for holidays, for events, or seasonally? Chargers, accent bowls, right? Instead of having to have 3, 4 different sets.
Correct.
Your
That's
core
my
is
point
white.
about Designing Dining. That's it. Yep. Just add to what you have. I'm not asking you to replace.
Right.
I'm saying take your white dish and put it on here. You already have the white dish, right? You already put the bowl, put this, and all of a sudden, bammo, you just changed your whole decor. It's still your same dishes.
Can we see?
And I love what you said about the wooden table.
I'd love to see them
Was
with
that-
you. I think you have all the colors. I'd love to see
I
them
don't
with
know if I
you.
have all of them because I don't have ecru and I don't have the white. And I apologize for that.
I
but-
will show them
So
because you've got the blush pink.
here's the blush pink, and then what I did here is that's a metallic pink on the edge for tonal. What I did in the gray was I actually kept the same color because I was thinking more farmhouse and reclaimed wood. Everybody's loving that whole thing. There's the red and the red with the bead. I did metallic on there too, but I got to tell you, don't be fooled about the red. I think it's very Americana, and I purposely left it so you could use it for Christmas, but you could use it for Valentine's Day, and you can use it for Americana. And then I showed the gray. And do we still have the sage?
We do.
We do. So the sage I love too because I did a little, it's the same color sage but with a little metallic edge on it. And then the other neutrals are the white with silver and then the ecru with the gold. And by the way, those two were my first two colors that I brought 2 years ago with Designing Dining. And they were modeled after every China place setting out there. Remember when you registered, Allie, it was a choice of silver edge with white or gold edge with cream. And like Lennox Eternity is the most popular pattern to mankind. It's ecru with the gold. And that's where I inspired. I designed all these, I picked the colors to go with that because I knew that America had all these dishes that had either silver trim or gold trim.
Over 100 have already been spoken for. For $24, you have a way to refresh your current set or even the one that's been passed down to you. You give it a breath of fresh air. You can switch things up by changing the charger to make it seasonally appropriate. You're also protecting your table, right? Because then you don't have the clanking of the plates against that beautiful heirloom table or the one your husband built.
And it's a drip zone, Remember, it's bigger than a dinner plate, so when you drip past your dinner plate, which we're all guilty on a pasta dinner, it's gonna catch it.
Okay, here's the deal. The sage that you have is really, really popular. There's only 150 to go around. This one right here is silver. Ecru or closer to your white on the body.
To your white, yeah.
And then the silver. Here's your blush pink. We have golds. There's that rockin' red. It's all your colors. Same with the sage. Very popular in the sage. And then we also have the gray as well. So under $24. Hey, we will have another look at our today's